So today we're going to look at patterns and expressions and using tables to create expressions. Sometimes you've probably seen a table that looks like this. Oftentimes we call them input-output tables. And some of them are filled out and some of them are left blank, and you have to try to figure out what numbers go in there. Well, today I'm not so concerned about missing numbers, but I am concerned about us writing expressions to go with those tables. So our first question is, how can we find a rule for a pattern and then complete a table for it? So here's our first question. There's dots used for all of these figures. How many dots are in figure 1? Emma? How many dots are in figure 2? Sam? How about figure 3? Kaden? And how many dots in this figure, America? Okay, do you see a pattern happening? All right, now, keep those in your mind. Four dots in the first figure, second, third. Okay. How many dots would there be in the 20th figure? Oh, would anybody want to draw all those out? Oh no, there's such an easier way to find this out. We can create an expression that will help us. Erin P says she thinks she knows. To begin, let's make a table. Figure number 1, 4 dots. Figure number 2, 8 dots. Figure number 4, 16 dots. So if we're going with figure number 20, how many dots do you think there would be? What's the rule? Going from here to here, what did we do? Alexis? That's okay, I'm still going to call on you. How did we get from here to here every time? Okay, 1 plus 4 isn't 4, so that right away, that's not going to work. We're going to give her a little time to think about it. What are the only two things you can do to make a number bigger, Alexis? Or add or times, add or multiply. Okay, so what would we add to the 1 to get a 4? Okay, would we add a 3 to this to get this? Would we add a 3 to this to get this? So adding is not going to work. Now move on to multiplying. What do we multiply this by to get this? What do we multiply this by to get this? Do you see a pattern? So now we're down at figure 20. We didn't do 5, 6, 7, 8 all the way down. We could jump right to the 20 because now we know there's a rule, there's a pattern. What are we going to do with this 20 to give us our missing number? Times 4. So was she right? She was right. What if there were 100 dots? Which picture would that be? 25. Good work. Good work. Okay. So if we were writing an expression, we would say D, because that's this column right here, equals N times 4. To get this number over here, we would take this number times 4. Now another way to write that would be, either way is totally fine. There's not a right or wrong way. They're both fine. This is what we're going to focus on today. I don't care about you filling in the missing numbers today. I won't ask you to do that on your assignment. All I'm going to ask for is an expression. You have to create an expression. We'll do more practice, don't worry. So we have an x and a y. So we want to figure out how to get to the y. So we're going to start with this. To get to the y, what do we do to the x? Brendan, to get to the y, what did we do to the x? Times what? times 7. So we could do x times 7, or we could do 7 times x. I hate it when they use x's and y's because x's look like multiply signs. I wish they'd use different letters, but that's all. That's the only thing you have to do today. You don't even have to fill this in or this in. I don't care about that. You could, but you don't have to for me today. No. No, no. In fact, okay, I'm so glad you asked that. What if I wanted you to solve for x? So I want you to tell me, how did I get this? What did I do with the y? I took the y and I divided by 7. Or another way to write this is y over 7. Does that make sense? If I put a 14 in here, would I get 2? If I put a 28 there, would I get 4? Sure. So every time we start today, Will, we're going to solve for the y's, but I'm going to offer some extra credit. So you might want to try to keep in the back of your mind, okay, if I would have done the opposite, what would it look like? Why is this not working very well for me today? Okay, which equation is going to work for this table? Okay, all of them have n. So to get the letter n, what do you do with the m? I'm going to give everybody a chance to look at all of the choices. I would hope everybody can see this answer. To get the letter n, to get these right here, what do we do with these? Kaylin? A. Can we try it? N is 8. M is 4. Does 8 equal 4 minus 4? I'm just using these two first. We're just going to try these two. I put 8 in place of the n. I put 4 in place of the m. So I'm going to rewrite this for you so you can see. Is that a correct number sentence? 8 equals 4 minus 4? Now if it works, you should try all of them to make sure it works for all of them. Again, focus, 5th graders. Focus. Dathan. Let's try B. We're going to take the 8. That's our n. And we'll say the m is 4 plus 4. Will that work? Yeah. Let's try this. Does this plus 4 equal this? Yeah. This plus 4 equal this? Yeah. This plus 4 equal this? Yeah. So B is our correct answer. Okay, same thing. How do we get Q? How do we get this? How did we get there? What did we do with the letter P to turn it into a Q? Will says, you meant what? B? Okay. Let's try it. I'm just going to use these first, okay? Q is 12. P is 6. Yes? You're happy with that? No, 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 no. Not gonna work. Natasha. D. Okay, let's try it. 12 equals 2 times 6. Yes? Yeah. This times 2? Yeah. This times 2? Oh, quick little mini lesson that you guys haven't done yet in 5th grade. When you take a negative and you multiply it times a positive, you get a negative. If you start with a negative and you divide it by a positive, you get a negative. Negative minus negative? Positive. Yeah, but we're not going to focus too much on that today because that's kind of a lesson that comes along in 6th grade. Moving on. How did we get from y to the x? Or, excuse me, from x to the y. We want to know, what did we do? Alan. So we took this number and divided it by 3 to get this number. This number divided by 3 equals this number. So which of those is that? A. There it is, right there. Another one with negative integers. Little tricky. How did we get from here to here? How did we get from here to here? We're getting less. So there's only 2 things we could possibly do. It can't be this one because that's multiplying. What do you think, Aiden? We divided them all by 2. We divided every A by 2 to get B. This divided by 2 is this. This divided by 2 is this. Good work. One more, and then we're going to try some ones on your own. Okay, just be aware, this column is M, number of miles. This column is D for days. So to find M, to find this, what did we do with this? What do you think, Caden? Yeah, Caden. B, we took D times 4. So this number times 4 should give us this. Times 4? Times 4? It'll work. That was it. All right, here's what's going to happen next. I would like for you to take out your iPads and open up your textbook. Open up your textbook to page 383. Shoot. This is not going to work like I thought. 383. All right, give me a second. We are going to start on problem number 8. I don't want you to have anything in your hands. I only want you to look at the input-output table that goes along with problem number 8. I'm going to draw it on the board, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you exactly the type of problems that you'll have for your assignment today. Is there one more on all these? Nope, that's it. Okay, so we have X and we have Y. Can you read these off to me so I don't have to keep looking?